Hi, I just finished The Things We Leave Unfinished by Rebecca Yarros. I started this on Monday. It is currently Tuesday. I read it in 2 days. I really enjoyed this. I gave it 4.25 stars. It was honestly really between, well, last night while I was reading it, I felt 4 stars, and then earlier 4.5, but I went with 4.25 because it's in the middle of that. But I really enjoyed this. I liked the whole letters aspect. I liked the story in general, and the plot twist was really good. I wasn't expecting that, to it being her sister who took over her identity. Yeah, it's crazy. And I liked how the love stories like mirrored each other. I thought that was really fun. It was just really good. I really enjoyed this. Probably not my favorite out of the Rebecca Yarros romances I've read. That still goes to The Last Letter, but it is still definitely really good and you should read it. Hi, I just finished Song of Achilles. Excuse the blanket kind of blocking the camera. I moved it, whatever. And I did cry. I cried for like the last couple chapters. I gave this 4.5 stars. I still feel very choked up and very sad. But yeah, this was freaking beautiful. Beautiful, devastating, and a gut punch all in one. Ugh. Ugh. I think the characters I hate the most, even though the Achilles' mom was kind of redeemed in like the last chapter on the last page, a little bit, and then I really don't like Achilles' side. Like, I'm glad he died because he tried to take Agamemnon's wife or something. I don't remember. Honestly, it's kind of already blurred, and I finished it only a second ago, but I'm thinking about Achilles and Patroclus, and I'm just sad. This was so good. I'm gonna go start Circe now and finish that. It's by the same author, so I'm gonna wait and post this until after I finish Circe. But I really like her writing. Madeline Miller did an amazing job with this. And I really love the details she put into this. Like, again, it was just beautiful, devastating, and a fucking gut punch. Hi, I just finished this book. Um, all I want to say is, like, it was beautiful. It's beautifully written. I just love how Madeline Miller writes. I've obviously only read Song of Achilles before this. But I love the way how she takes characters from Greek mythology but writes them in her way as she sees them. And I know there's people that do have qualms with how some things with Circe in particular were portrayed, and like I get that, but like I love Circe, and that is mostly just from my love of Epic the Musical, which, by the way, I was imagining a lot of the characters in this in their Epic the Musical forms. Like, Hermes showed up and all I can picture is Troy. But yeah, yeah. I really love the way like she writes the gods and the titans. Like, I love how she's showing that they obviously think of themselves way more better than humans in general. And as a person who loves Greek mythology and does love the gods, I don't actually mind how she writes them, because genuinely they are that way in Greek mythology, and sometimes, but there's also like the other side to them that we don't see often. I don't know how to explain it. It's just, honestly, it is so good. I loved how she wrote Circe. It was my favorite part. Obviously, I'm freaking imagining all that epic animatics of Circe during this, especially with her little, her and Odysseus, together in that one epic animatic where, like, she unties her dress and lets it fall during the whole Odysseus and Circe thing. That's what I was thinking of. But also, and I don't remember who these animatics are by because I can't remember the names right now. But also, I was imagining specifically the Circe animatic where she has, like, flowers in her hair the whole time I was reading this, and that's the Circe I pictured while reading this. I don't know. I just, honestly, I really enjoyed the way she writes her characters and has her own takes on the people in Greek mythology and Circe. I also didn't know before this that the Queen of Crete was actually her sister. I've learned that like a couple days before because Mona Inc. did a review on this book, and I just ended up watching it before I read the book because I watched the Song of Achilles one that she did. But yeah, this is my last Greek mythology related read for this year, but I think definitely I will be getting into more next year because I really enjoy retellings. Actually, that's a lie. I have the Things That Gods Break in September, which is kind of like not a Hades and Persephone retelling, but it has Hades in it as a character, so I don't technically know what type of retelling to call it. Yeah, but I gave this 5 stars. This was amazing. I would definitely reread it again just because I love Circe a lot, and she is one of my favorite characters in Greek mythology. So yeah. Hi, I just finished Caught Up by Navessa Allen. I got this yesterday, and I had the audiobook saved to my Spotify, so I wanted to get the whole thing done today, and I did. And I'm actually surprised because I was really scared I wasn't gonna like this since I didn't really enjoy Lights Out that much. But this was way better than Lights Out was, for me at least. I ended up giving this a 3.75 on Fable, so, and it'll be a full 4 stars on Goodreads since you can't, again, do half ratings on there, which I still think is so stupid. But I love this. I really did. It was very fun. I think it definitely was more because I felt like it didn't lean a lot towards, like, lean more on the comedy like Lights Out did, where, like, this was definitely leaned more towards, like, some of the darker things and stuff. I don't know how to explain it, and honestly, I genuinely, like, don't know, like, how to, like, explain why I I liked it, because, like, I genuinely am, like, I was, like, even, like, surprised, like, halfway through that I was, like, enjoying it as much as I was, because yesterday, when I, like, got it, I was like, I'm honestly not sure because I didn't really enjoy Lights Out that much, but, yeah, this is good. I really like the story, and, like, towards the end, I could tell, honestly, that Tyler was gonna be the next one in the series to get a book, because I was like, I just, like, I knew that Tyler was gonna be the next one. So I didn't even have to wait to then to, like, do that. It was, like, somewhere around, when he showed up in like it was somewhere around chapter 30, I believe. Before chapter 30 that I was like, yeah, Tyler was gonna be the next one to get a book. I don't really know like how to explain why I like this book, because I genuinely don't even know why myself, but I'm honestly just more surprised that I liked it, because I didn't think I was, because I've just had like either a good time reading dark romance this year, or not a really good time with dark romance in general. Go to February for my review of Once You're Mine and Now You're Mine, because then that honestly kind of explains like the bad thing with it, because I did not like that duology. But I loved The Coven and the Curse by Harper L. Woods, which is more like dark romance fantasy, but I'm counting that as a dark romance. Obviously, because there is romance in it. And I enjoyed that. I honestly think Lights Out is gonna be in like the middle of that. Is obviously, well, Caught Up and Lights Out are gonna be like right in there together in the middle of that, because like there were parts of Lights Out I enjoyed, but then I feel like the last 40-ish%, maybe a little more, I just felt a little like I was just kind of bored and wanting it to be over. But also that could have been because I just have a really big reading goal this year, and I'm like kind of stressed on like not reaching it. So that could have been the reason why. And also because I was seeing so many different like conflicting views of Lights Out and stuff at the time before reading it, that I was like, I think that also fed into it. But since this is new and I haven't seen a ton of reviews for it, I really enjoyed this. Again, I gave it a 3.75, which I'm genuinely like, again, surprised I liked it as much as I did. Also, check the trigger warnings before you read this, because there's a lot of things you might find uncomfortable. There were maybe a couple of like small things I found uncomfortable, but it didn't like bother me like terribly too much. Yeah. I really liked Junior and Lauren. They were both just really good characters. Yeah. I basically just kept repeating myself, and this review is 5 minutes long, so I am going to stop it. Hi guys. So, a little story of I don't have a review for the first book in this series. For some reason, I just never filmed one, and I didn't even think about it until today. But I started the Ember In The Ashes in 2023, around the last day of school of that year. I didn't end up finishing that book until July, just because I didn't end up feeling like reading in June at all that year for some reason. I don't know why, but I finished that first book in July, around the same time I was in my sleep token obsession, but that doesn't really have a ton of stuff to do with An Ember in the Ash at all. But I finished that book. I remember really liking it. I did look for a rating on my Goodreads and my Fable. That book, the first book, I rated 5 stars. I remember the ending. I don't remember terribly a lot else, but I remember the ending of that book. But I did get rid of the original copy I had, because I got the newer copies with the newer cover. I had the older covers with I had the Ember in the Ash with like the characters on the cover, but because I waited too long, I couldn't get the older covers, and those are the ones I really wanted, but I got this one, but the characters are still on the spines of the new ones. But I just finished this like a minute ago now, or like a couple seconds ago now. A Torch Against the Night was 5 stars too. Oh my god, I love this book. And listening to it on 2 times speed as an audiobook is so anxiety inducing. Like legitimately, after like the first couple chapters of the book, I stopped to read more of Circe just because like I needed a break from this because a lot was happening and I was scared and I just needed a break. This review should come soon, by the way, because I'm like really close to being done with this too. But I adored this book. I love Sabaa's writing. I forgot how much I did really enjoy her writing in An Ember in the Ashes. And it makes me want to go back and reread the first book, which I don't have now, and I could buy it on audio just to listen to it, but I don't think I'm going to, just because I have other stuff I want to spend my paycheck on this week. But other than that, this was good. I loved how the romance came in the last chapter, how it was like kind of building. I love the whole Elias storyline. I love Lila's storyline. I love Helene's storyline. Just I love all the other characters other than a couple. I still hate Elias's mom. I remember hating her in the first book. I still hate her in here. There's a lot of characters I hate too. And there's a lot of characters I love too. But I love this. This review is already 3 minutes long, and I still have to do Reaper at the Gates. Whatever the 4th one is called, because I can't remember right now. And Heir. Wait, A Sky Beyond the Storm, and then Heir. Which I'm audiobooking these other 4 these books, the rest of the books, and I did audio this one too. Sorry, my thoughts are jumbled because like I legitimately, there were so many times where like I freaking was just my jaw was dropped. I was gasping for my life because I was not expecting the turns in this series. In this book, I was not ready for it. I was not ready for it. Okay, this is 4 minutes. I really need to stop recording because this is gonna be really... Hi guys, update. I just finished Reaper at the Gates. Oh my god, this was good. I ended up giving this 4.75 stars. It didn't get 5 stars because I still feel like I wanted a tiny bit more of like just something, I don't know what, but it was still really good. The cook review, who Cook was, had me gagged. I was not ready for that. And then the whole Helene thing, like I thought it was the ring, and then it wasn't the ring, but then it was actually her fucking mask. And honestly, oh my god. Oh my god. The whole thing with Elias was fucking devastating. I feel so bad for Elia. Oh my god. This one was just genuinely a ride, and like so much happened in this, but I freaking enjoyed this, and I started this at 7 a.m. this morning, and it is currently almost 6:30. It is 6:24 p.m. on Thursday. I believe it's the 12th. Yeah, January 12th. Yeah. Honestly, insane. I'm gonna go start the next one now because I need it. I need to. Hi guys. I just finished the last book in the main Ember in the Ashes series. I'm gonna start the spin-off tomorrow. Actually, technically, and it's already Friday. It's like almost 3 a.m. by the way. But yeah, I just finished this a couple minutes ago. It is Friday, June 13th. But oh my god. I freaking enjoyed this. I really want to cry right now. I want to just bawl my eyes out. It's also probably because I'm on my period, but we're not gonna talk about that. But I'm just sad, and I want to throw up because some things in this book just like made me completely sick. Like, just like sick. Yeah. I ended up rating it 5 stars, but honestly, I think it could be either 4.5 for me or 4.75 or 5 stars. I don't really know. I'm kind of split, so I just went with it and gave it 5 stars, like a full 5 stars. But anyways, I really enjoyed this. I as much as like she really like stabbed Khalid's storyline so many times, which that storyline was good. I really did like that storyline, but that storyline is fucking sad. I kind of like that we kind of got to see. I'm not saying it's a romance. I think it's like more of like a friendship maybe. But I don't know. I will have to read Heir and see, and I'm gonna do that tomorrow. But or later today, I guess, when I'm whatever. Yeah. But I'm really glad I finally got to finish the main series. This was really good. I really enjoyed it. Sabaa Tahir is an awesome fucking writer. Her plots are freaking insane. How she weaves everything together is freaking amazing. Honestly, if you've not read an Ember in the Ash yet, you need to go and read Ember in the Ash. Because it's a freaking amazing series, and genuinely, I wish I had gotten to the rest of the books in 2023 instead of waiting. I just didn't have my own money yet to be able to do that. But now I do. And now I've finished the series, and I'm moving on to the spin-off, and I'm really excited to see what the spin-off is, which I'll read tomorrow. Also, the audiobooks for the main series are really good too. I really love all the voice actors, especially the one for the Nightbringer, because he just made me feel like so uncomfy, and I really like when a voice actor can do that. Especially because it's creepy when I listen. It's really more creepy when you listen to it on ×2 speed, because you need to listen. I need to listen to audiobooks that way, because if I listen to it on a lower speed, it's just like too slow for me, because my mind moves really fast, so I need it on a higher speed. But yes, I did start this like an hour after I finished Reaper at the Gates, by the way. So, yeah. Okay, whatever. This was really good. This video is 4 minutes. I am gonna go to bed now, because it is actually now I think 3:02 in the morning? I don't know. I can't, there's not a clock in here. Hi. I just finished Heir by Sabaa like a minute ago. This was amazing. I really liked it. I gave it 4.25 stars. So that is the beginning of a 5-star. I really enjoyed this. Plot twist was great. The story was great. I love Sabaa's writing. I love how she writes. And just like I said in the last video, like, yeah, the romance, I'm loving how the romance is built, and then how the story was, like, split between, like, 2 different times, but then towards, like, the end of part 4, it started all melding in together, because we saw what happened, like, before in the villain's POV, and then it melded into towards the end of part 4 of like following the other storyline that was going on. I really like that. Again, I used the audiobook for all of these on Audible. I really enjoyed this audiobook. I loved all the voice actors. They were all amazing. I don't remember their names though, and I always feel bad that I can't remember the names of the voice actors. I don't have that written down. But the voice actors for the audiobook are amazing. All the voice actors for all the audiobooks are amazing. And I can't wait for the second one of this one, because I feel like it's going to be very, very fun, because this is a duology. This is the spin-off of An Ember in the Ashes, and it was so good. I am now going to go watch YouTube. Bye! Also, this is my last book review for June. I won't be doing any more book reviews in June. I'm going to be rereading Fourth Wing, and then I will hopefully get back to doing book reviews in July. I'm deciding just to take a little break from my reading goal and do Fourth Wing and curate my Fourth Wing playlists on Spotify. So I will see you guys after I finish my Fourth Wing, Iron Flame, and Onyx Storm reread.